it, but I do feel like my entire life was just baited for me to figure this stuff out. Like, it's obvious to me that, like, the spirit of Tsar Nicholas from World War I, he was absolutely incapable of retaliating from what happened in World War II. He couldn't have done that. Like, that would never have been warranted by him. He was absolutely incapable of doing that type of evil, even to the people who, like, did it to him. Like, I got this book and I'm like, I don't need to read the whole thing. Like, I just know that dude, that spirit, he was revered as a saint in Russia. And, there was all this discrepancy with his wife because she was like, you need to be, like, more vicious. And he was absolutely incapable of doing that. And it kind of, like, caused a bit of a rift, but they were killed before anything could ever come to fruition there. It repeats from the history of Cleopatra and Mark Antony after the fall of Actium. There was nothing, like, he was absolutely incapable of doing the type of evil that this world did to him, like, that this world did to Julius Caesar. And I believe that the return of the quote-unquote Antichrist is actually going to be, like, Julius Caesar returning, because Mark Antony was completely incapable of retaliating in the way that was done to them. So, he just went off into Rome and he just fell into the sex and the debauchery and the nonsense. This is the problem with men, is like they're just falling into all this sex and debauchery and like nonsense, and like they're not paying attention. Maybe they're paying attention, but also like maybe they don't feel the need to do anything about it. But the spirit of Julius Caesar is probably going to rise back up as the Antichrist, because like the spirit of Mark Antony and Tsar Nicholas, like they were absolutely incapable, just like Jesus Christ, incapable of performing the type of evil that was done onto them, onto the rest of the world. And that's why, like, Jesus Christ ascends, he says, I'm not coming back with a sword. Or, sorry, he says, like, I'm not coming back with peace, I'm coming back with a sword. It's a different person. Like, it's a different expression of the spirit. So, this world is going to get more so that of Julius Caesar, not Mark Antony, that more of the father of Jesus Christ, who kind of like ascends as Jesus Christ, who's coming back, the Old Testament God, that God that like people are like, I don't agree with that God, and like good for you, because I don't either. I'd rather just be in heaven with Jesus Christ. But I guess I can't die, because I guess I can't die. I can't do. Maybe you can do that, but I can't do that. Maybe you can do that, but I personally, I guess, like time and time, I was a suicidal child. I tried to kill myself my entire life. I've been trying to figure out how to kill myself my entire life. I guess I can't do that. It's a bit of a Dracula situation. That was just a Shakespeare play. It was just I can't, I guess. I guess I'm married to the Antichrist. All that being said, like, I guess I'm just married to the Antichrist, because in all my lifetimes where I killed myself or died, I was not married to the Antichrist. I was married to the Christ. In all my lifetimes, I feel like I can't do it this time, because I've tried pretty hard. I've tried pretty hard to destroy everything that bothers me in this world. I've tried really hard to kill everything that bothers me, but still I'm here. And I'm doing well. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I'm doing well. Like, I have a lot of money, and that's weird. Like, people come against me and they try to come against my money, and they can't. And I don't know any different. Like, I guess they can't. I think I'm married. Like, pray for me. I think I'm married to the Antichrist. I think I'm married to the Antichrist. That dude has been able to end every relationship I've been in since 2017. Every single relationship I have been in since 2017, that dude has managed, just like Dracula, the story of Dracula. That dude has managed to end every relationship I've been in since 2017. My last relationship, he was like, well, I am imprinted on you, and if he oversteps, then bad things happen. Car accidents happen, bad things happen. And the dude goes and gets in a car accident literally the next day. Literally the next day, he almost dies in a car accident. What the F? This is Dracula stuff. The Tsarina was probably, maybe, not evenly yoked to Tsar Nicholas because she had this awareness that horrible things were coming to their family, and he refused to do anything different. He refused, like, it's not in his spirit. He couldn't do it. And they probably would have gotten a divorce of some kind if they weren't killed in the meantime. Tsar Nicholas was incapable of killing people. I believe Jesus Christ is incapable of killing people. I do believe that I am literally married to the Antichrist, Julius Caesar reappearing, who has the ability and the desire to actually kill the enemies of Christ. Because Tsar Nicholas didn't have it, Jesus Christ didn't have it. He created a covenant of mercy. But there's also a God of wrath who needs to kill the enemies to Christ. And I'm not saying I believe this, but everything in my life tells me that I am actually evenly yoked to the Antichrist. I know no different. Like, I literally know no difference. People have to pass away in order for God's will to be done. And the pure spirited people like Tsar Nicholas and Jesus Christ and Mark Antony, they don't have the ability to do that. It's not within their nature. They will never. They possess the spirit of mercy, which is very good. A lot of people in my life express the spirit of mercy, which is very good. But I can't help but recognize that there is something to where, like, I can't die or be killed, and for some reason, I feel evenly yoked to the spirit of wrath. It doesn't make me an evil person. A lot of people try to paint me as evil, but I don't have any evil ambitions other than, like, I need to see my seed survive. You know, we are just people seeking to survive, and I am like, I literally don't see any future where the evil seed, the true evil seed, can survive. Like, I can't fathom, like, it's not working out. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're literally so rabid against us that, like, Tsar Nicholas and Mark Antony and Jesus Christ, they created a covenant. That's your safety. Like, that's your safety. As a physical means where I can't kill myself and I'm not going in the rapture and I can't die, that makes me evenly yoked to the Antichrist. That makes me evenly yoked to the man who ends people who are just nonsense. Like, who decides what's nonsense? Ironically enough, it's the spirit of people like Jesus Christ, who is God in the flesh, I believe, ascends as God, coming back. I'm not coming back to bring peace, but a sword. Mark Antony and Tsar Nicholas. Mark Antony, they killed all of his frickin' people. Tsar Nicholas, they killed all of his frickin' people because they were absolutely incapable of doing the type of evil that was done to them. But not for Julius Caesar and not for the Antichrist. The Antichrist is 100% capable of killing all the people who did wrong against Christ's people. That's effed up and it's interesting. And I can't help but feel like everything in me says that is who I'm yoked to. Don't mind me saying. Because I feel like in World War I, if Tsar Nicholas would have only, but he was incapable, if only he did anything to stop it, he just wouldn't. It's not within their nature. It is within the nature of the AC to do what needs to be done. I'm not going to do it. FBI comes to my door like I'm some kind of perpetrator. I'm not going to do it. Dude, I don't have the means to do it. I'm not going to do it. But somebody has to do it. And it's going to be spiritual. Look at the video of James Casbolt, Marovec. People are like, oh, that's not the Antichrist. And I would say, yeah, if the Antichrist is going to paint a divide between the truly wicked people and, like, the normal people. And it's going to be very convoluted. And it's going to last 3.5 years. So when the Antichrist, yeah, he's going to do away with the wicked, but there's a 3.5 period. This is my objective biblical study. There's going to be a 3.5 period where people are kind of skating free, but 3.5 years later, there's another judgment that comes from the actual Christ. If you look at his music video, Marovec, he says, I throw the bodies in the river. Bodies in the river. There's only one man who is capable of this type of judgment. There is only one man. There's a lot of content coming out that, like, the beast is not a system. It's not an AI. It's a man. It is one man who has the ability to, quote unquote, throw the bodies in the river. If James Casbolt was truly evil, that wouldn't be him. So if he came on the scene and he was, like, perpetuating the ways of the world, I would say that's not James Casbolt. That's not him. Stuff is getting interesting because there is one man who is capable of having accurate judgment over the people. And he said, I throw the bodies in the river. Gone and done. There's only one man who is capable of deciphering that at this point. But then 3.5 years later, Jesus Christ actually comes back. If it's not him, like reincarnated some weird way, 3.5 years later, Jesus comes back. But in the meantime, there is one man who is capable of throwing every dead body into the river. A river of blood. There is one man who is capable of doing all the evil against all the evil people who did unto him. There's only one man. Because no one else will do it. No one else can do it. There's only one man in the entire world who is capable of knowing accurate judgment. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of weird. James Casbolt seems to know who exactly is infiltrating my life with documents. Like, he seems to know who is effing with me so bad. He seems to know. He seems to know every single person who is effing in my life. He seems to know. And he's not all human. And he is owned. He's owned by the World Health Organization. If they ask him to come in for DNA sampling, he goes. He seems to be owned by the world in a sense, but there is only one man who will bring judgment onto the entire world. And it is not who you think it's going to be. Jesus Christ comes 3.5 years later. After that, if you look at any video, any recent video of James Casbolt, if you look at the way that he looks at other people, or if you catch him in a moment where he is seemingly deceived, look at the look on his face. That's the look on my face when I look at most people. I can't yes this world to death. I can't smile this world to death. If you look at any video of James Casbolt where he encounters another person, look at the look on his face. It's scary. It's dark. If you catch him in a moment where he feels like he's being attacked, look at the look on his face. It's scary. It's dark. Because he is the only man who is capable of the darkness that God's wrath is prophesied. He can't friend any old person. He can't make friends with any old person on the street because he knows deep down he's the one to bring judgment on all people, and he doesn't know you. If he doesn't know you, his face goes completely dark because he's the man to bring judgment on the people. Listen to me. Look at any video of James Cat. Bob Osborne is such an idiot. He just doesn't even know that he's just being baited to hell. But look at the videos. Some woman rolls up and James doesn't know her. Look at the look on his face. He's like, I don't know this bitch. I might kill her someday. I don't know. That's the way he looks at the world, because he's the only man who has the ability to put God's judgment on the world. He's not his own person. He is owned by the World Health Organization. He is owned by... He's Pindar. He's the new Pindar. And he's not all evil because he will kill evil people. He will kill evil people. He will end the reign of evil people. And a lot of others in different religions don't believe this. Like my relationship the last like year and a half, like they don't believe in this stuff. Believe in this stuff for better or for worse. But the irony is they have no protection because he showed me that, like, he gave me names, he gave me photos. He was like, these people are absolutely after this person. He gave me names, he gave me photos. He is completely aware of all the evil people who are doing evil things in the world. How else would he have this information? He's been doing it for years. If it wasn't him, it was Michael Prince, who's like, spiritual. It was like, dude, he sent me photographs. He sent me names and he was like, I know, we know, they all know. The whole Mossad going down the shitter. All you people involved in pornography going down the shitter. You're all going down the shitter. He's the only person, like, I would know. He's the only, you think that your crimes are going unseen, unheard? All this history that people are taught is nonsense. It's nonsensical. And I know that it is nonsensical because I know that Tsar Nicholas was completely incapable of conducting retaliation. And he was related to Kaiser Wilhelm, who was absolutely incapable of conducting retaliation to what happened to that family. And I know these people in real life, they are spiritually, truthfully incapable of doing what happened in WW2. But there's one man who is not incapable of it. Look at the way James Casbolt looks at other people. Do you know what I'm saying? Have you seen any interview where his face changes? It's scary. He turns into a scary person because it's true, because it's real, because it's him. But if he ever came out to be like truly evil, I'd be like, that's not him. But the most wicked people in the world are going to hate the Antichrist. But look at the way James Casbolt looks at people when they get squirrely. Look at the way James Casbolt looks at people when they get squirrely. When random people show up, look at the way he looks at them. It's scary because he knows. And I get it. I do the same thing sometimes. You don't know who's going to survive and who's not. He looks at people with a very scary face. Whenever Bob Osborne does something stupid or squirrely, look at the way James Casbolt looks at him. Look at it. Dude, it's like therapy to me. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. When Carrie Cassidy was interviewing him, look at the way his face changes. He knows. His face goes like evil. Like, not evil, but it just goes blank. Whenever someone F's with him, like, he just goes blank, dude. It's so interesting. And a lot of these interviews are gone at this point. But look at the way James Casbolt looks at random people, or look at the way that he looks at people when they start to get squirrely. His face changes. His persona changes. And one time, Carrie Cassidy called him out and she was like, the person I'm talking to is not the person that I've been emailing. And he said, yeah, because most people put on this Mr. Nice Guy facade. And he said, I chose to turn this Mr. Nice Guy facade off. So now you're getting the primal person. In the interview with Max Spears, they're both sitting on a couch. Such friggin' nonsense. And he told me all this stuff was nonsense because he was like, I would go to these conferences and I'd be sitting at a table with all these people and all of them would be gaslighting him. And he was like, I just feel outnumbered. So I didn't say shit. I just sat there because I was outnumbered by all these stupid people. Miles Johnston, no offense, Miles Johnston was there. James Rink was there. James Rink, pornography. Miles Johnston, don't know what the heck. But he was like, I was like sitting at this table where like I was like completely outnumbered. And they all turned on me and he was like, I didn't say anything because I was completely outnumbered. His wife included, Haley Meyer, fuck her, with their baby. What a fucking bitch. He was like, I was completely outnumbered. It was like weird. He was like, I just felt like I was there by myself. He was like, so I didn't say anything. But look at the way this dude looks at people when shit gets weird. It's scary. And it's true. James Casbolt is the Antichrist. If he comes out to be like super duper evil, I would say if he ever were to like get back with Haley Meyer, I would say that's not him. Dresden is not his child. And if it is, then that means that Hank Meyer is embodying the spirit of James Casbolt, who is not actually him. My relationship with him, it was like two different people. A lot of the time it was Hank. So Dresden is not James Casbolt's biological child. If it is, then that means that the spirit that is inhabiting him is not him. It's Hank Meyer. Because he sent me photographs where Haley was like, I'm so proud to be your daughter and carrying your child. And he was like, what the fuck, dude? So either Hank Meyer is in James Casbolt's body, operating under whatever the hell, or Dresden is not his biological kid. St. Anthony says it's his biological kid. Then I'm like, if that's his biological kid, then that means that Hank Meyer is embodying his spirit because it's not his kid. It's not his true kid. It's Hank Meyer's kid. He raped his own daughter. They all like created this ploy to make it seem like Haley Meyer bore James Casbolt's kid. When in fact it's Hank Meyer's kid. He raped his own daughter because these people are super satanic. They're super, and she's not even like, she had all this plastic surgery to look Aryan. She's not Aryan. Dude, look at the original pictures of Haley Meyer. She has super Jewish nose. And her voice, because I was friends with her for a period of time, her voice is super masculine. She has a very masculine voice. That's very strange. So no, Dresden is not James Casbolt's biological child. If it is, then that means that James Casbolt is actually inhabited. His body is inhabited somehow by Hank Meyer, which was my experience in dating him. It's like I get mostly Hank Meyer and like virtually none of James Casbolt. But the Antichrist will be hated by most people because he is truly trying to get rid of people who are truly wicked and evil, effed up people, creating false realities, giving you false history. And if he doesn't, that I would say that's not him. I would say that is not him. Not the same dude. Dude, watch any interview where the tone changes and look at the look in his face. He knows. This is the way I look at a lot of people. Because I know they're not all saved. And like, I'm not condemning them. It's just like at some time, like the timeline runs out. And I do believe that I'm the bride of the Antichrist in a sense, because without that, everyone dies. Right? And then like with that, like, oh, everyone dies. Who's gonna die? Who is going to die in this timeline? Because I can't. I would love to, but seemingly like I can't. So who dies? In this timeline, who dies? Because I can't. I would love to, but I can't. So who dies? If I can't, then who does? Because I can't coexist with these creepy effing people with their false history, and they're baiting me to go to Cornwall to sleep with James Casbolt, who's actually been taken over by Hank Meyer. Do you think I'm gonna fuck Hank Meyer? Absolutely not. Never gonna happen. Was never gonna happen, dude. Something effed up happened. But, you know, I got faith in God. I hope you do too. I got faith in God that all these people are going to be sorted out. They're going to be sorted out. They're going to be sorted the F out in a very big way. Because there's no other way around it. In the little beasts of the world, the little beasts 333 of the world, they're not going to do it. They won't do it. So it takes the big beast, 666. It takes the big beast, 666. He's going to do it. That makes me the bride of the Antichrist. Because I can't die. And I can't go to heaven with Jesus. That's become evident. I can't go to heaven with Jesus. That's become evident. I must say, I guess, therefore, this world has to find a singularity. And it takes the big beast, 666, to sort these people out. I'm not going to go back on this. I'm not going to fall back into some, like, Christian rapture. No, dude. I can't. Like, nothing points me in that direction. I can't. I literally can't. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing and nobody that's gonna drag me back into the church with all these assholes. Like, my pastor is so wonderful. He's like, I know these people are assholes. I know it. And I'm like, yep. Yep. We need to see a real revelation in real life. We can't all just like die and be taken in the rapture. Like, we need to see a real revelation in real life, I guess, because I always felt like I'd rather be the frick out of here. But it seems as if it's within God's will to allow the Antichrist to clean effing house. To clean house. Because he deserves it. Because whoever killed Julius Caesar could probably go to hell. And whoever killed the Romanov family could probably go to hell. And anyone who perpetuated the fake Holocaust could probably go to hell. All these people could probably go to hell. Us go to heaven, them go to hell, then what leaves this world? I guess God wants something to like sustain in this world, I guess. That's the whole point. Like, I'm just learning. I guess that's the whole point. Something has to be sustainable here, I guess, because there's a lot of like really beautiful families and relationships being formed. Like, I guess there's something salvageable about this joint, you know? So I guess that's God's will. I mean, broadcast it to fucking Elon Musk, that asshole who has a stupid fucking clone of me in his basement. Fuck that guy, dude. Fuck Elon Musk. I have a clone like sitting in his basement, and he like opens me up and he's like, oh my god, fuck you, dude. Fuck him. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck all these people. Fuck all of it. Something different is happening. You can't do that. You can't do that to me. You can't do that to us. You couldn't do that to me. You couldn't do that to us. God lets you run on for a long time before he cuts you down. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to us. God will let you run on for a long time before he cuts you down. And he has an agent to cut you down. And I seem to have found myself contact with the agent who cuts you down. And I can't really deny that is true, because it's been evident in my life ever since I found out about all these evil, wicked people. It seems to be evident to me that, like, they know who all of you are. They're going to cut you down. Like, you're done. Like, that's it. You're done. That's it. They know who you are. Just like in the world, they pretend like they know who you are. You're an anti-vaxxer. You're this, you're that. You don't pay your taxes. Like, they know who you are, dude. But also, like, they know who you are. At the same time, like, they know who you are at the same time. So, I mean, who's gonna live and who's gonna die? Because I obviously can't die. Are you gonna live? I don't think so. If you're, like, collecting my social security number because I didn't get a jab, I don't think you're the one that's gonna live. And you know what? I'm so suicidal that I would be like, okay, good for me. I'll go to heaven. But I don't think that's within God's will. I feel like God's will is to create heaven on earth, which means all you liars, you false historians, you super jabbers, you frickin' a-holes, that means to me that you're the ones that go down the pit. I'm just saying it's evident to me this is the case. Because if it weren't the case, then I would have died already. I would have been gone already. This world can't sustain both me and the Whore of Babylon. This world can't sustain both me and Lilith. This world can't sustain both me and Jezebel. Like, one of you has to go. And it's evident. So God's will be done. It's evident. One of you has to go. And it seems to me that this time around, after many lifetimes of being murdered and suicided, and I've tried to kill myself, And I've basically baited myself to be murdered so many times. It seems to me it's not me. So it means that you have to go. You have to, if you're a man, you have to change. If you're female, you have to die. You have to go. Because I obviously am not going anywhere. I guess I'm not going anywhere. It has to be you. You gotta be the one to go. Because I guess it's not me.